Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandala Akaram, Vyaptam Yena Characharam, Tatpadam Darshitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhyanamoolam Gurur Murti, Pujamoolam Gurur Padam, Mantramoolam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamoolam Gurur Kripa. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanao Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahe, Tejasvinavaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Chidarpanam. Jai Gurudev. Welcome to everyone at the center as well as on Zoom. Requesting everyone on Zoom to please keep their audio on mute. Okay? Let's chant. Chapter 7, first 10 shlokas. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Saptamodhyayah. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Maya Sakta Manapatha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah. Asanshayam Samagram Mam Yathagnyasya Tachrinu. Gyanam Teham Savigyanam Idam Vakshyamya Sheshataha. Yajñatva Neha Bhuyonyaj Gyatavyamavashishyate. Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschidhyatati Siddhaye. Yatatamapi Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Vetti Tattvataha. Bhumirapo Nalo Vayu Khammano Buddhirevacha. Ahankara iti yamme Bhinna Prakriti Rashtadha. Apareyamitastvanyam Prakritim Vidhi Me Param. Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. Etadyonini Bhutani Sarvani Tyupadharaya. Aham Krishnasya Jagataha Prabhava Pralayasthatha. Matta Parataram नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणव सर्ववेदेषु शब्दके पौरुषं ऋषु पुण्यो गन्धपृथिव्यां च तेजश्चास्मि विभावसौ जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनम् बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम् हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री कृष्ण अर्पणम अस्तु. So we have already started the 7th Adhyay some time back, and we have done how many shlokas till now? 4. What is the title of this Adhyay? Gyan, Vigyan, Yog. What is the difference between Gyan and Vigyan?
Gyan is what you receive from out.
Okay.
And Vigyan is what you experience yourself.
That's one way of seeing it. Gyan is what you get from outside. Vigyan is what you experience from within.
Theory.
Anything else?
Theory and experience.
Vigyan is Vishesh Gyan. What makes it Vishesh Gyan?
Because it's about the self.
It's about the self. Okay. So is it theory about the self?
Experience of the
It is the direct knowledge.
Aparoksh.
Aparoksh Anubhuti, Vigyan. You're experiencing the theory that you have learnt as a direct experience from within. Gyan, Vigyan. And the difference between the two, that is what this chapter is about. Alright. So Bhagwan says that in this Adhyay, he is going to give you the knowledge in entirety. That means he is going to tell you about outside Gyan also, what you will learn as the theory, and the method of experiencing it within yourself, the Vigyan, the true knowledge. The Gyan is theoretical knowledge, or you can say it is knowledge of matter. Vigyan is the direct experience of the self. So both these things we are going to get in this Adhyay. What about the third shloka? What does it say? Third shloka of this chapter. What does it say?
It says that it's not for everyone. There are only few people who will receive this.
Rarest of rare.
The rarest of rare people, everyone can get the Gyan, but the rarest of the rare people will be able to experience it as Vigyan. So, does it mean that some people are only chosen to receive it?
No,
Then what does it depend on?
Purusharth.
Your own Purusharth. So there is nothing to stop everyone and anyone from being one of those few who can experience it. But it depends on whether you want to go that way or you are quite happy going slowly, maybe in some future life. Then in the 4th shloka, Bhagwan tells you about what? You tell me.
What is the universe?
What the universe, the matter from which the universe is made. How many parts is the universe made up of? 8. 8. What are they? So go one by one. Space, air, fire, water, earth, man, buddhi, ahankar. These 8 make up all matter of the entire cosmos. Wherever you see any matter, it is made up of these 8. and that is where we stopped. Okay, so now we will go to shlok number 5. Let's read shlok number 5 once again. Apareyamitastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. This you can read with me. This indeed is my lower material nature. What is we talking about? The 8 parts. The other than this, by which the whole universe is sustained, know it to be my higher or spiritual nature in the form of Jiva, the life principle, O Arjun. The 3 shlokas which we will be doing today are all interconnected. They are all saying the same thing in different ways, and they are very important for us to understand how to make out the difference between Gyan and Vigyan. Let's take the meanings first. Iyam, this. Apara. Apara is lower nature. Meaning, this which I have already told you about, these 8 parts, this is my lower nature. Anyam, different. Itaha, from this, different from this lower nature. Yaya, by which. Idam, this. Jagat, whole universe. Dharyate, is upheld, is sustained. Different from this lower nature, which I have already explained in shlok number 4, which is because of which this whole universe is sustained. Vidhi, no. Me, my. Param, higher. Prakritim, nature. Know this to be my higher nature. Jiva bhutam, in the form of the principle of life in all beings. That which gives, it's nothing to do with jiva, huh? Not jiva, it means the life principle, because of which everything is getting enlivened. Mahabaho, Mahabaho, Arjun, mighty armed one. So in the previous shloka, the lower nature, we can call that apara prakriti. It has not transcended. Para means to cross over. So it has not transcended. It's the lower nature, what we've just discussed, composed of 8 elements. Okay? And the entire cosmos has been manufactured by these 8 elements. Now, what are the 4 main properties of these 8 elements? How will you be able to differentiate these 8 elements from the higher nature? So 1, lower Prakriti is Jad, insentient. It has no life of its own. Jad, inert, because it is matter. The second property is it is maleen. Maleen, impure. Impure. It is maleen. It is not shuddh. Third property is called bandha rupa. Bandha rupa because it has the property of binding you to sansar. Through ignorance. Through gunas. Gunas also means ropes, remember? And fourth, it is mithya. It is not sat. These are the four properties of apara prakriti or lower nature or 8 elements which compose the entire universe. Mithya. So if you had to compare it to a car, you would say the body of the car is the lower nature. By itself, the car will not be able to move till petrol goes inside. Okay? So, similarly, lower Prakriti cannot function without higher Prakriti ka support. So, this higher Prakriti is also sometimes called transcendental Prakriti and it is also called para Prakriti. And fourth was talking about apara, fifth shloka is talking about para. So you can say the higher Prakriti is the substratum for the lower Prakriti. It's the support, it's the adhishthan. And there's one word there, jiva bhutam, means it infuses life into all the beings. So we had 4 properties of apara prakriti. So now compare, let us have 4 properties of para prakriti. Apara was jad, para is chetan, sentient. Para prakriti is pure consciousness. Apara was maleen. Para will be shuddh. Shuddh. Apara was bandha rupa. Para is moksha rupa. Apara was mithya. Para is sat. Okay? So some examples to understand this. So Ashok bhai, building बनावे है तो we need different material. What all material you need to build a building? Brick, cement, stone, iron, sand. Huh? If we have all these, what we call them, matter, elements, will we get a building? No. So what will we need for a building to come up with all this matter is there? We will need an engineer to come, manpower, engineer will have to come and he will have to put all these elements in the correct proportion, in the correct method and put it in the right way, then only all these different matters will give us a house which can function. Not just like a baby coming and mixing something and the first rain comes and the house simply dissolves. Not like that. We need some proper engineer who knows how to put all this together. In the same way, all these 8 elements of lower nature are there. We need one power, we need one engineer to put all these elements in the correct proportion, in the correct manner, with the correct understanding systematically, it has to be put together, and the whole universe gets created. Whole universe gets created. So who is the engineer who's going to come and put all these 8 elements together? Bhagwan himself. Bhagwan comes, he's the engineer, and he puts all these 8 elements together. But 8 elements together will just be a Jad universe. Something needs to make it alive. So there is a higher power which will come and infuse life into all these 8 elements. Okay? So now what about this? Can you see this box here? Does it have any life in it? No. This clock? No. This laptop? No. This person? Yes. So there is something that has infused life in these 8 elements. There's also 8 elements only. But something has come and infused life into this, but not into this, not into this, not into this. Okay? What about this cloth? Any life in this cloth? No. Any life in this cloth? No. Any life in this cloth? No life. But what if an engineer comes and puts life into it? So by itself, it has no life, but something has to enter it, and then it has life. It may be an animal, it may be a fish, a sea life. It could also be, let's see, you and me, clowns, or it could be a bird. The hand of God enters and puts life into matter, because this is also 8 elements. 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 By itself, Jad. But the hand of God enters into these 8 elements and gives it life. The hand that enters is Apara Prakriti. And this by itself is Para Prakriti, and by itself this is Apara Prakriti. Understand the difference? Okay. So that is the meaning of Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. Bhagwan is saying his own higher nature, his own lower nature is making this. His own higher nature is entering this universe and giving it its life-giving force. So it's beautiful, right? Entire Jagat is nothing but the hand of God entering it, supporting it, sustaining it, upholding it, and making it function methodically, systematically, precisely. The flowers are opening and closing correctly. The sun is shining and the world is going round and round correctly. Seasons are coming and going correctly. We are also functioning correctly. Everything is happening. So if you can make one mental image, we'll do it later, that this whole universe is the body of Prakriti. Isn't it? It's the whole universe is the body of Prakriti. And now Bhagwan enters, and in some he enters disguised as a human being. In some he enters disguised as an animal. In some he enters disguised as a bird. Some disguised as a flower. Wherever you are looking at Bhagwan in disguise. Sometimes the disguise is a human, sometimes the disguise is a flower, sometimes the disguise is a bird. But wherever you are looking, and even if it is not enlivened, it is still Bhagwan's lower Prakriti which has made this box. Isn't it? So this entire Jagat, sentient and insentient, is a composition of the lower and the higher Prakriti. Isn't that something to amaze us? Because we are saying God is somewhere. We are trying to find God. But God is right here in front of each one of us. And yet we judge each one of us. We are judging each other. We are judging, passing comments, saying this is good and this is bad. But everything is Bhagwan only in disguise. And that is a thought that should be there in our every interaction with each other. So, when we were small, we used to get all these funny toys, monkeys which clap and all. So by itself it is Jad. So all you have to do is turn one key at the back and we'll start clapping and all. We are like that only. This is Jad. Some God comes and turns our key and we get life. So that is beautiful. Bhagwan entering all forms and enlivening them. That is what Shloka 5 is about. Let's read Shlok number 6. Etadhyonini bhutani sarvani tyupadharaya aham kritsnasya jagatah prabhava pralayastatha. Read with me. Arjun, know that all beings have evolved from this twofold Prakriti and that I am the source of the entire creation and into me again it dissolves. 3 shlokas are there saying the same thing because it is so important that Bhagwan is giving several examples also. Take the meanings. Iti upadharaya. Know it for certain. You don't have any doubt. Sarvani, all. Bhutani, beings, all beings. Etadyonini, have evolved from this source. Aham, I. Prabhavaha, am the source. S-O-U-R-C, source. I am the source, or you can say I am the cause of the birth. Tatha also. Pralaya, end, dissolution, destruction, cause of birth, cause of destruction. I am the cause of the birth and I am also the cause of the destruction. Kritsnasya, of the entire Jagata, creation. Sarvani bhutani, everything, sentient as well as insentient. Insentient, there will be lower Prakriti and higher Prakriti. In insentient, it will just be lower Prakriti. Getting it? So from this one source of lower and higher Prakriti, everything in the universe is there. Lower Prakriti will change all the time. That will be the difference. It is not constant. higher Prakriti never changes, constant, indestructible. Higher Prakriti will be indestructible. So everything, whatever you see, whatever you touch, whatever you feel, whatever you hear, everything is just these 8 principles. Some of them have been made sentient, some have not been made sentient. If they have not been made sentient, they will not function on their own. They will not be able to know themselves or know anyone else. That is the difference. Sentient means I exist, I am able to know myself and I am able to know others. Insentient cannot know themselves, they cannot know others. There is no chit part of that. So Bhagwan says, I am the source, means Bhagwan se hi pura srishti has been created. And at the end goes back into Bhagwan. Getting it? Okay. Now imagine there is an engineer who has made a building. And why we talk, it is happening also. People are building bridges with inferior ingredients. Cement में ज़्यादा sand ही डाला है, cement ही नहीं है कुछ ज़्यादा. So if that cement were to dissolve, what would happen to that bridge? And what happens to it also? It collapses. In the same way, if higher Prakriti were to withdraw from this entire universal structure, what would happen? Everything would dismantle. Everything would dissolve. Everything would collapse. Everything would crumble like an old house. But higher Prakriti never allows that to happen. Higher Prakriti keeps doing its dharma. Its dharma is to hold, uphold, sustain. And it doesn't let this universe disintegrate into tiny bits of matter. Getting it? See, sometimes our mala breaks, na? Now, what is holding these beads together? The string. If the string is there, mala functions. Now, if this string breaks, what happens? All the beads will just get scattered. So this string is your higher Prakriti holding all the bits of matter, all the beads, lower Prakriti together so that this can be used properly as a mala. Are you all getting the whole concept? So we have talked about the whole. Now let's see it on a personal level. This body is made up of what? 8 elements. Let's say now 8 elements. By itself it will be Jad, insentient. What has to enter? Atma, life, higher Prakriti. When the entry of Atma happens inside BMI, then we become physically alive. Physically alive. So even the baby in the womb, first it is just Jad. At some stage, life force enters that fetus and it becomes alive. Getting it? So that is beautiful. When this Atma leaves the body, it becomes like this. Limp. Cannot hold itself up. That's it. That is called Atma has, higher Prakriti has exited. That is the meaning. Simple. But lower Prakriti is still there. Okay? Alright. Now, does this Atma interfere with whatever is going on in the body? No. Atma simply permeates the entire body, enlivening it, giving it an opportunity to function. But it has no way of controlling the body or influencing the body or making it do right or stopping it from doing wrong. In the same way, Ishwar permeates this entire universe, but it cannot stop individuals from doing what it has to do, what they have to do. Getting it? All right. It's very beautiful. There is one text called Panchadashi. There they have given one analogy of how divinity enters and this whole world gets created. And they have described it by comparing it to a painting. Okay? Sampala, just bring that little thing that Navya made for me. So here is a painting. Okay, Navya made this for me. It looks like a board, but actually it is canvas. It's a cloth. Okay, so to make this painting, first what was required? There are 4 steps to making a painting like this. The first step is that cloth is required. Yes? Oil painting, when we say oil painting. Now by itself, she would not have been able to paint on this cloth because the cloth is very limp and it would not be able. So it needed to be stiffened. So canvas for painting, oil painting, it is always stiffened with some sort of a starch. So it becomes a place where it can be painted on. Then after that you can see, I can still see some pencil marks inside where the outline. So a painter then, after getting this nice and stiff kind of a surface with a pencil or with a small pen, she will make some outlines. And after she's satisfied this outline correct, then with more colors and pen and inks and all that, the outlines are filled. And then you get a beautiful painting like Navya has made on this sheet. This is how a painting is made. In the same way, Bhagwan has created this entire universe. Okay? See, until this cloth is stiffened by starch, this painting could not have been done. This outline could not have been done. This filling up of the outline cannot be done. Therefore, the main thing of this object is what? The cloth itself. Because without the cloth, the starch would not have been put. Without the starch, the outline would not have gone. Without the outline, the colors would not have been filled. So really, the main thing of this thing is the cloth on which everything is upheld. Getting it? Okay. In the same way, there are 4 steps with which Brahma permeates this world. So Brahma is the first clean cloth which is required, the substratum of everything. But Brahma does not then get involved. This cloth is also not getting involved in anything. So it needs something to make a surface for which this entire universe can be created. So the stiffening of the starch on the cloth is the same as Ishwar taking the power of Maya. So Ishwar Tattva is the cloth plus the starchiness of Maya on which this entire universe can be painted. Because Brahma does not do anything. So Sagun Brahma, the Brahma which does is that which has taken the help of the power of Maya. Then some outlines have to be made. This outline of the universe, painting is manifest with the outline? Is the painting manifest? No. Some blueprint has to be made. Some thought has to go, कि कैसा बनाएगा, क्या बनाएगा, where shall I put this word Om, where shall I put this flower, where shall I make this design. Some outline has to come. That outline is Hiranyagarbha. That outline, when it is Brahma only from the back doing, it's Brahma only on which all this is happening. The outline of the universe, not manifest yet, but it gives you a faint idea how my final thing will look. Getting it? And then all the colors are put in, all the proper forms are made. Then the entire universe is made with all roop, colors, shapes, designs, and that power, that entity is called Virat. Virat. So Brahma is the cloth, Ishwar is the stiffened cloth with the help of Maya. Hiranyagarbha is the outline which gives a faint idea of what the universe is going to look like. And then Virat is that part which is completely manifest in the gross form.
So Ishwar Tattva is the one that
All this is Ishwar only. Brahma is just existence.
exists.
And all these are different manifestations of Ishwar in different grades of creation. For example, if there were several objects here and I poured ink, in some parts the ink would get absorbed more, it would look brighter, in some it will become fainter, in some it will be almost invisible. So in different grades or variations of sentiency, Brahma permeates the world. But all the work of creation is done by what we call Ishwar with Maya. Brahma does nothing. Brahma is only existence. Remember that. The will to create is Ishwar. Now the cloth can say this entire painting is me only. Because without the cloth, there would not be any stiffening. Without the stiffening, there would not be any outline. Without the outline, there would be no form. So that is why, what does Bhagwan say? This indeed my lower nature, other than this, by which the whole, it is me only. I have, entire universe is upheld by me. Getting it? The thing is that when we see this beautiful painting, we only see the painting, but nobody sees where is the cloth. But without the cloth, there would be no painting. In the same way, we are only seeing this entire jagat of forms and colors and shapes and different natures, but we are not seeing what is actually our true nature, which is that cloth which is sustaining us, Brahma. Just like the cloth is absolutely invisible here. Absolutely invisible here. In the same way, Brahma, through Ishwar, Hiranyagarbha, Virat, they are all invisible, but they are there. And therefore Bhagwan says, I am the origin, I am the birth. And if this whole painting were to get destroyed, I am also the destruction. Because what will get destroyed? The cloth will get destroyed. Right? The painting will get destroyed. What will remain? Pakika. It will dissolve entire universe will dissolve into Brahma, and next time Srishti starts, again it will be the source of the new universe. See, when we see the movie, same thing. We see the movie, we see the pictures, but we don't see the screen. But without the screen, there would be no picture. Same thing. Is it making sense? Is it easy to understand? Let's do one more shloka. Okay, 7. Where is it? Let's chant. Mata parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya Mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. There is nothing else besides me, Arjun, like clusters of yarn beads formed by knots on a thread. All this is threaded on me. Take the meanings. Dhananjay is the word used for Arjun. Nanyat kinchida asti. There is nothing else whatsoever. Parataram, different. Mataha, from me. There is nothing that is different from me. Bhagwan hi sab kuch hai. Sarvamidam, all this, sentient, insentient, everything, protam, is threaded, is strung. Mai, on me. Iva, like. Manigana. Mani, you know, beads. Some malas I have seen, I was trying to get one, but there was not that much time for me to get it. Some malas are made from wool. Thread is of wool, and the thread itself is knotted up to look like a mani, to look like a bead. So the whole mala is a wool mala. The manis, the beads are also wool only. So that's what it, bead-like knots, manigana, bead-like knots, sutre, on a thread. So every time, we have done this now for so many years, we have talked about the different names that Bhagwan uses for Arjun, and every time the name is suiting that shloka very well. So this time Dhananjay. Dhananjay means what? The one who wins treasure. Dhan Vijay, Dhananjay. So here he is saying that Arjun, if you get this knowledge, this wealth of this knowledge will make you the winner. Dhananjay. That's why he uses this word. Priceless treasure is there. Ye prapt hua to, you will be the biggest winner. What is that knowledge? The knowledge is Mata parataram nanyat kinchid asti. Nothing exists that is not me. And we have always talked about this Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahma. There is nothing that is not me. We had done Ishavasya Upanishad also. In Ishavasya Upanishad, the first shloka, always in the Upanishad, the first slok gives the entire teaching. What was it said? Ishavasya midam sarvam. Means everything in this entire universe is filled with Ishwar. Ishavasya midam sarvam. Beautiful it was. And the whole Upanishad then goes to talk about that one teaching. So here also Bhagavan is giving the same Gyan. And he describes it with an analogy of the mala. Mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. Just like beads made of the thread are become like a mala, the whole universe, let's say Ishwar is the wool, and that wool is only been made into a knot, and everything, whatever the Vishayas are there in the universe, they are all Ishwar only. So the thread represents Ishwar, and the beads, the woolen beads, the knot beads, are all the Vishayas of the entire universe. Is there any bead where the woolen thread is not there? No. The woolen thread is permeating every bead. There is no place in that bead where the thread is not there. In the same way, there is nothing in the entire universe where Ishwar is not there. Ishavasya vidam sarvam. There are 3 states of consciousness, right? Waking, deep sleep, dreaming. 3 states of consciousness. So, the rishis, they always try to explain everything through some examples. So this Ishwar, Hiranyagarbha and Virat, they are trying to explain that also through the example of 3 states of consciousness. So you want to understand it like that? It's interesting. So in the waking state, we are like fully manifest and everything is gross and we can see everything. In the dream state, we are seeing things, but they are not visible, really. They are not manifest. They are in our mind only. Huh? In our mind. And in deep sleep state, nothing is there. Nothing is there. So like that, the rishis have given the different levels of presence of divinity in different 3 levels. So let's start with first level, Ishwar. Okay, we'll talk about Ishwar. Ishwar, you can say, is the cause of all manifestation. Without the starch, this will not be possible. So Ishwar is also referred to as Sagun Brahma. Brahma has no attributes, no movement, no space, no time, nothing. But all the attributes come in the minute Maya gets added. Okay? Sagun Brahma, and you can say, whenever you think of God, that highest manifestation of God, we can call that Ishwar. The cause of the entire universe.
Ishwar is the cause of all manifestation.
All manifestation.
That is what
Sagun Brahma. We call that Sagun Brahma. It is Ishwar that controls creation, Brahmadev. It is Ishwar that controls sustenance, maintenance. In that way, we call that function Vishnu Bhagwan. It is Ishwar only in the form of Shiva, which is responsible for transformation. What is the cause of our individual birth? Vasanas. Where will that be stored? Which sharir? Karan sharir. Karan sharir. So for our individual Karan sharir, so Ishwar is the Karan sharir for the entire universe. And all the gunas, the divine qualities, are embodied in Ishwar. When we say omnipotence, omnipresence, omnisentient, huh? Omniscience, and unconditional love. Unconditional love. That is Ishwar.
So can we say all the avatars, Vishnu Bhagwan's avatars?
Yeah, all, same. All devatas, you can say, are the different forms of Ishwar, different functions of Ishwar. Okay? And Ishwar does all this work, you can say, with the help of one driving force. That driving force we call Maya.
Ishwar does
All the work of the function of the universe, how he does? With the help of the driving force called Maya. Something has to make my hand go from here to here. By itself, my hand will not go. So even in physics, there is something called driving force, right? To make something go from one place to another place, a driving force is required. So in this world, that driving force we can call Maya. So if you were to compare this function of Sagun Brahma or Ishwar to one of the three states of consciousness, which one would it be?
Waking.
Is it manifest? Can you see how it's being created?
No.
Can you see the sustaining? Can you see the... No.
Deep sleep.
Deep sleep. Deep sleep, where everything exists, but it is unmanifest. It exists, even deep sleep, everything exists, but we are not conscious of it. It is not manifest. It is invisible. So Ishwar exists, does everything, but not manifest. It is in the unmanifest form. All attributes are also there, but we cannot see omnipotence, we cannot see. We cannot see that. So we call that deep sleep, Karan Sharir, you can say. Now the second level, we call Hiranyagarbha. On an individual level, we have a gross body. We also have a subtle body, mind, individual mind. When all the individual minds are put together, and we call it the absolute totality of all individual minds, that cosmic mind is called Hiranyagarbha. The subtle cosmic mind, the intelligence. Hiranyagarbha. Hiranya means golden. Garbha means womb. That golden womb, the outline on the painting, the outline, the subtle blueprint. Vyasti and Samasti. Once I will bring one. I had shown you all once long ago. What it's happening on the macrocosm and microcosm. It is all related. Whatever we can, if we understand how this body works now, we'll understand how the whole universe works. So the Hiranyagarbha, it contains the blueprint of the entire universe. Design before it is being created. It's the potential of Ishwar which is coming into a subtle idea, subtle thoughts, and before that, before it solidifies into the gross world.
So you can say Hiranyagarbha in a human being is the ovum and the sperm.
It is the not ovum and sperm is still gross.
Okay.
It is you had the vasanas, from the vasanas there is it's still in the subtle body. It is still the subtle body. It is not the part of the gross body. It is the, you can say, the DNA or the genes or whatever, or the sanskars, that part. It is also called Sutraman. He has used the word sutra, no, in this shloka.
Yes. Sutre Manigana.
Sutre Manigana. Sutra is the thread, right? So this Hiranyagarbha is also called Sutraman. Why? Because it is the thread that is connecting everybody's mind in the entire universe. Everybody's mind is connected through Hiranyagarbha. So people who do healing or people who do intuition work, they all train their mind to become so pure and khali, empty, that they are able to receive information on which they are concentrating through Hiranyagarbha. So that all, and no information is ever lost. None of our thoughts, you've had a thought, you think, I've stopped thinking of it. No, it still exists in Hiranyagarbha. So that Sutraman is the thread which links each and everybody's individual mind, stored somewhere in the subtle astral world. Just like the beads are all strung on that one thread. It's fascinating, isn't it? So, compared to the three states of consciousness, Hiranyagarbha is which one? Dream state, of course, because you are creating, but it is still not manifest. Dream state. Clear? And then we come to Virat, which is the gross physical universe. It is, so I am a person, you are a person, this is my gross body, your gross body, this gross body, table gross body, mandir gross body, light gross body, everything is an individual gross body. But the totality of all gross bodies in the universe is called Virat. Samasti. Individual is called Vyashti. Macrocosm is called Samasti.
So, Virat is Samasti.
Yeah. And that we will associate with which state of consciousness? Waking, where everything is gross, possible, manifest, solid, available to the five senses. So Brahma is just the Adhishthan, is just the existence itself, doing nothing but existing. Nothing but the knowledge of, the principle of knowledge, the principle of bliss, existence itself. On the screen of Brahma, this entire drama is going on. Beautiful? You want me to give it to you in a table form? You want to write? You can do. Summary of these stages, okay? Can make 5 columns. First column, we will call it stage. Okay, go ahead. Five columns. First column, stage. Second column, description. Third column, body type. Body type. It will get explained. Fourth column you can call state of consciousness. And fifth column we just give it example. First one is stage, second is description, third is body type, fourth is state of consciousness, fifth is example. So what do you think is the first stage? Brahma. Brahma. Existence. Before any Srishti was created, what existed? Brahman. 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 Brahman, not Brahmadev. If I want to describe Brahma, you can say absolute, unconditional, is the ultimate reality, existence itself. You can say Nirgun, no qualities, without qualities. Now we have causal body, subtle body, gross body. So what body will you give for Brahman? No body, put a cross. No form, no body. What state of consciousness will you give? Sleep, dream, or waking?
Beyond.
Turiya. Beyond. Beyond the three states. So you can say pure witness. And in this example, what will we say? The cloth. The cloth. Clear? Okay. Let's go to the next one. After Brahma, what is the next level that will come? Ishwar. If Brahma is Nirgun, then Ishwar is Sagun Brahma. Associated with Maya. That's the description. Wait, we are still in description. It is the source of all creative potential. You tell me body type?
Deep sleep.
Body type, not state of consciousness. Body type.
Unmanifest.
Karan Sharir, causal body. Universal, huh? Universal causal body, not individual. What is the state of consciousness? Deep sleep, Sushupti. And what is the example? Starched. Cloth stiffened by starch. Yes? Is it clear? Is it confusing? No. What is the next level after Ishwar? Hiranyagarbha. Correct. What is the description? Universal mind. Subtle universal mind. Universal intelligence. And it is the blueprint of all creation. Even when we make a building, a blueprint has to be there first. If we had to compare it to a body type, what would we say? Body type. Sukshma Sharir. Universal Sukshma Sharir. Universal subtle body. Universal. Not my mind. What is the state of consciousness? Dream state. Swapna. What is the example? Outline. Outline. So Brahma, Ishwar, Hiranyagarbha, Virat. Fourth stage. What's the description? Gross, physical, manifest universe. Sum total of all material existence. Virat is what you call universal gross body. Body type. Sthul Sharir. Universal but Samasti. State of consciousness? Waking. Jagrat avastha. Example? Filled up, all forms and filled up with colors and inks. Whole universe created. But bottom line, Brahma. Simple. Now you know who you are. But don't be caught up with the colors and the forms. Don't be caught up with the outlines. Don't be caught up with the creative illusions. Find out what is behind it. What is the essence without which nothing would be there. That is who you are. That is who I am. That is what everything is. And once we understand that, then you have to also understand that every interaction we are having with Brahma only. Brahma, right now what is the interaction? Gunas are having interaction with gunas. Yes or no? But we have to go from gunas interacting with gunas and getting disturbed to feeling that Brahma is who I am, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, let us interact at that level. Then Anandhi Anand. And now Dukhi Dukh. Okay. What else? Nothing more to say. Anything else? Any question? Understood properly? I'm not going to go ahead. First you understand this much because the rest is very beautiful. Next time we can do lots of verses because there will be all example and example and example of how Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Okay? Sato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Jai Gurudev. Thank you everyone for joining.